After a very intense game one, it's time for game number two. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the playoffs of the eISL, which is powered by Coca Cola. Before having this event started, a huge shout out to our associate sponsors Hero, our esports partners, Nordwind Gaming, our platform partners, PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners, Terra Virtua, for making this event happen. Joining along with me, as always, is going to be Azim, and this is the matchup a lot of people were looking forward to. Mumbai City FC going up against Chennaiyin FC. What are your thoughts, mate?
Ooh, it's going to be an absolute cracker. I mean, we already saw a great game with Goa and SC East Bengal. I mean, these guys, we didn't particularly get the result that we expected. I mean, everyone thought SC East Bengal, number one team, would run away with it. But clearly, that's not the case. And let's now look what changes have happened with, of course, the brackets. We do know that FC Goa have made it into that upper bracket finale and will be joined by one out of Chennaiyin FC or Mumbai City FC, the winner will make it there. Of course, there's slight tweaks to the format, which is, I think, the major change is the fact that each game now, if it is a draw, it does go into extra time and potentially penalties. So there's no place to hide, no draws. It's do or die for every single player out there.
And yes, it's double elimination as well. So every single team gets a second chance, even if they tend to mess up their first game. But we've got to talk about the money, right? The massive prize pool of 78 lakh rupees, which has been divided as such. The first position getting 15 lakh rupees. Now we've got to talk about money because it is all about that, and also the glory that will come along with it. We have a separate prize pool for the MVP. The race really getting very feisty and intense between Ankit, Naveen, and of course Ranch getting 4 lakh rupees, and that Terra Virtua player card, of course, designed exclusively for them. As we're taking a look at our top 4 goal scorers, Ankit Gupta not really being successful, not being able to score any goals. A perfect opportunity for Naveen and Saranj to catch up. All they've got to do is score 3 goals, and we're game on back again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be very interesting. And let's see now what the fixtures are for today. It's let's see, is it going to be, yes, it's going to be Naveen going up against Ashwin and Saranch up against Tikka. And Tikka, we do know that big game player. He's gone and taken down all the Goliaths of the eISL single-handedly. And Naveen against Ashwin, two in-form players right now, two players really at the top of their games. I think this is going to be an absolute cracker. I expect it to be a high-scoring game as well. And potentially going into 90 minutes and beyond.
Oh yeah, I mean, considering how Chennaiyin FC were playing yesterday, and we could see the old Siraj back into action, absolutely netting 7 goals. But yeah, likewise, a lot of pundits will come and say it was Mufu not with the best of the players that could potentially compete against Siraj's playing 11. But this is the head-to-head statistic. Both of these teams very consistent. They have been playing really amazing. But let's take a look at what happened when they went off against each other in the league stages. Of course, the first matchup was where Chennaiyin FC quite comfortably, winning all their games. Just that draw coming in for Naveen, but eventually managed to seal it off in the co-op game. But it sort of got a little bit better. The next time they faced off against each other, we could see Mumbai City FC snatching 1 point away, and that was that win coming in that co-op game. However, today, this particular matchup, I think every stat, everything goes out of the window, because this is where pressure starts to kick in. And I think one of the players who's really very well efficient to handle that is Saranch Chen. And for Ashwin and Tikka, we've seen those little nervy days. Sometimes, they've been questioning themselves before taking those shots. I think just yesterday and the day before, we could see those little bit of hiccups from their side. We really hope that they see things through.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they could potentially have been sitting in that number 1 position right now, and Ashwin making a attractive duck face over there. But you can see very closely matched these players. It's 2020 up against 1975. Naveen with a slight edge, you would have to say. Is Ashwin giving us? Yeah, there you go. He's looking at the camera perfectly. Well done. He knows where the camera is, Ashwin. And he's enjoying the pressure. He's thriving under it, and forcing a smile out of Naveen as well. Naveen, of course, sitting pretty with 47 goals, sitting in third place, tied with his teammate in those MVP stakes. He'll be hoping to add to his tally, of course. And you never know with Ashwin, if he manages to score a lot of goals, he could find himself creeping up there as well. Because Ankit Gupta, I mean, if things don't go the way SC East Bengal want them to, I mean, Ankit Gupta could be out by the next match.
Yeah, I mean, Ashwin has got a pull off play that he did against Shubham, right? If you remember that absolute massacre of an evening. I think we've got to see, and all the Mumbai City FC fans would be looking out for exactly that version of an Ashwin, because he might look, really bubbly, really, chirpy. He's got that smile and everything, but there is that ruthless killer instinct inside of him. And when you've got a big player like Tinka playing along with you, he's been working so hard. He's been so strong in that final third whenever he goes in for those shots. But it's not going to be that easy, Azim, because these two gentlemen in front of us, Saran Chen, one of the best players that India has ever produced, and Naveen, who is always, you could arguably say has been sort of the player that Chennaiyin FC have always relied upon. I mean, at the very worst, he's been called as draw win. There's no lose win over there. So I mean that's still there. But today it cannot be draw win. Either it's win or it is going to be a loss. But regardless, I think it's going to be a very interesting matchup. Ashwin against Naveen. This is what everyone wants to see. This is what we have all come in here for. And I think if my memory serves me right, we have never in the past seen these two mammoths collide. So I'm pretty sure both of them have a few tricks up their sleeve. Of course, Mumbai City FC showing clear intentions of wanting to play against FC Goa in the finals. But for now, they've got a huge mountain to climb in the form of Chennaiyin FC. So in terms of personnel though, in terms of formation, tactically, what are we expecting? Any pre-thoughts, Azim?
Well, it depends on what kind of players they are. Like some players tend to prefer that narrow formation and try to be solid in the middle. But of course, that does limit you in terms of how you can build using those wide players. You have to either force one of your centre forwards to go into a wide position, or just build like V Sharma does, pretty much exclusively through the middle of the park. Or we have seen generally the Chennaiyin FC boys go for that 4-2-4 formation or a 4-2-3-1 formation. We will see how it all pans out. There we go. We have the kickoff. It's officially on. This is, of course, our second semi-final to decide who's going to be going into the upper and lower brackets. FC Goa are already there in that upper bracket, and of course, will be joined by one of these two teams. Interesting to see the Maldini back in there. Not going with the Ruben Diaz is Chennaiyin FC and Naveen. Potentially could be the prime moments upgraded Maldini if such a card does exist. I mean, there's so many cards coming out every single day. It's often hard to keep track of them. But yeah, we do know there is that 99 rated Pele available, and with Vieira. So an interesting selection from Naveen over there. Going with Vieira in midfield, we have seen a lot of players go with Vieira in defense as well, particularly early on during the group stages. So pretty simple start from Naveen over here, taking his time. We do see a Maradona in there as well, that 98 rated prime moments Maradona. It does look like that was going to be a good pass, but Maradona there taking the throw in for Mumbai City FC, and potentially the Maradona an upgrade or a replacement for Messi in that team for Ashwin.
Oh, I mean that's going to be pretty interesting as to what he can ooze out of this card. Now, this is one of those cards that he's not played a lot with, right? Hasn't really got a lot to practice with, and making those big changes, taking those risks might pay off, or might really hit him back in the face. So we've got to see what really happens. It's been a possession battle going on between these two, with Ashwin finding a little bit of a break. Maybe that's what he thought, but with Maradona makes the right perfect steal. But Marquinhos making sure that he puts the ball out of harm's way, as now Chennaiyin FC are back with their attack.
This has a feel of almost a heavyweight boxing match at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Like both teams just taking it a little easy. But now Naveen trying to go up those gears, trying to land that first blow. It's not going to come over here. Ashwin defends that very, very well, and now will be looking to accelerate potentially and get players in. But no, he's also got that upgraded Zidane card in there. So no room for Kevin De Bruyne or Kante anymore. And pretty bold to go with Zidane and Hullit over there, deciding not to go. Both players not favoring N'Golo Kante over there, so clearly wanting to play on that front foot. And now with Hullit, will he go for that shot? He does go for it and hits the back of Maldini, who should have a concussion by now, based on that. But of course, well, players recover from injuries miraculously in FIFA 22. And it's showing that the contrast between the two players, where Ashwin trying to go that little bit more direct, trying to inject a bit of pace, whereas Naveen was trying to go easy. But now the mistake from Ashwin
Oh,
is not capitalized on,
no,
and he lives to fight another day.
yeah, I'm kind of surprised, Ashwin has let go of his KDB, right? Because, he's been one of those cards that has always been, scoring goals for him. He's got that little bit of a long range shot going in. He's got, various kind of attacks, strategies. We've seen him go for those finesse. We've seen him score some really, really amazing goals out there. But I think both these players, I think they're going pretty even against each other, both of them trying to create those opportunities, equally strong at their defenses. Few little slip ups from Ashwin just a couple of seconds ago, but not a lot of harm done, nothing done. In fact, he managed to make sure that that is all Naveen could get with. But for now, what we've seen is it's just a passing game going on. Both these players, testing, looking for that chink in their armor and to try and capitalize. Now, this could be a potentially good movement. Had Ronaldo Nazario gotten a bit of a space in between, could have gone for maybe a long shot. But now the attack. That is back with the Islanders. We've got to see if they can make anything out of this at all.
Yeah, and also interesting to note, just for viewers who are new, Ruud Gullit has not just had a haircut randomly. This is, of course, the upgraded Prime Moments Gullit, who has slightly shorter hair now. And for those of you, actually, we'll just wait for Ashwin to get over with his move over there. But for those of you who are wondering, of course, how icons work, these are a lot of terms that we've been using: mid icons, base icons, prime icons. Of course, these are different variations of the cards that keep coming into the game as the game evolves. So it starts with base icons, then you can upgrade to a mid icon. And of course, as you keep upgrading those cards, you can't upgrade the same card, but of course, you can trade in your old cards for upgrade cards later on. And those cards do make a difference, particularly to the meta. It does change things around. Now we're seeing less of those team of the year cards. Of course, the fullbacks, I don't think we're seeing Hakimi and Cancelo going anywhere anytime soon. But we see that upgraded Maldini, we see the upgraded Zidane, Gullit, Ronaldo, Pele. All these, shall we say, enhanced players now with even better shooting ability, even better dribbling, even better probabilities of those low percentage shots going in. So it just makes for a little bit more exciting football, particularly when most of the new metal cards have been more defensive players. So it sort of balances the stakes now.
Yeah, I think we're kind of enjoying that. Even we've seen Van der Sar being upgraded, but FC Goa, in fact, V Sharma really opting for the not upgraded Van der Sar card, and he likes it that way, right? He's been lucky for that, and now this could be a potential good chance, but offside signaled, and we could have seen the deadlock being broken finally in this game, where the Marina Machans are going up against the Islanders, and well, it's been a very close, cagey affair as both these players going end to end against each other, beautifully making all those passes, trying to build up those runs. But I'm pretty sure the first goal, whoever is going to score, it's going to be really unorthodox, something that we generally do not see, because that is the risk, I believe, at this particular point, both of them have to take to try and break through the other's defense.
Yeah, it does seem to me that Naveen is playing a little bit safe, or a little bit safer than you would expect him to, based on what we've seen from him in the past. I think Ashwin is still going for it. Ashwin seems the guy who's that little bit more confidence, a little bit more appetite for taking risks over there. He wants to create those chances, create those shooting opportunities, and he's managed to create the better of the chances. We've not seen much action for either goalkeeper at the moment right now. In fact, I don't even recall who the goalkeepers are. We've barely seen them get a touch. Probably, I suspect one of them will be a Van der Sar in there. Ashwin's favorite. I think Ashwin has had a love-hate relationship with Van der Sar throughout the eISL. Sometimes he was just out there completely saving everything that Ashwin had to throw at him. And then once he brought him in, he was doing the job and making those saves for him. So getting back on the front foot here with Eusebio over there. Ronaldinho brought on at the right wing. So Maradona's debut lasting. Oh no, Maradona appears has to have been shifted onto the left flank, and now a big opportunity again to get that shot away, not taken. So it does look like it's Mbappe who has been sacrificed by Ashwin, and he wants to get that Ronaldinho card in because clearly he sees a lot of benefit to it.
We've got to see. I think a lot of players are opting for the Ronaldinho lately, and this could be a really potential
Oh
chance
yeah.
for Chennaiyin FC to try and get the goal, but not today. Not today. I mean, 9 out of 10 times we've seen Naveen scoring that one, but this could have been a little bit dangerous. Could have been a sucker punch had Ronaldinho, or rather Ashwin, got himself in the right position, had got control over the ball. But regardless, I think both these players are so evenly contested. At a certain point, it's so difficult to break down who's playing a better FIFA. This is something very different to what we saw in the previous encounter, where we could see Afnan dominating most of his game against Ankit Gupta, keeping a leash onto him. And this time, both these players, it's just firecrackers all along, but not really resonated, not really replicated in terms of the goals that have we've been expecting. But this could potentially change with Mbappe just pushing in through that right wing, has to search for that right pass. Can he get Pele there? Yes, he does find him, but still the defenders coming in, making the right interception, and now we are back to where we started.
Yeah, it was a very, very good read over there from Ashwin to just make sure that player for the cutback was covered off. Didn't want to allow Naveen that pass and forced him to go outside and then forced the mistake. So excellent defensive work there from Ashwin. We do know that he's a very tactically smart player. He sort of understands and can tell the weaknesses within a player's game. And there are very few in Naveen's game to exploit. So he would really have needed to do his homework going into this one. But yeah, 63 minutes on the clock. I mean, this has all the makings of an extra time match unless one of the players does try to go a little bit more aggressive. Considering there is extra time in it, I think that likelihood that players will start to go on all-out attack by even the 75th or the 80th minute, unless they're a goal trailing or a goal down, I mean, I don't expect them to change the tactics at all.
Yeah, I think I completely agree with what you just said, because either ways, even if if we do not see any convincing result after the extra time also, then it's penalty shootout time. And the way this match is heading on, I think that is exactly what we're in here for. Maybe a penalty shootout. I mean, bring it on. We've never seen one before in the eISL, but no, Navin has different intentions. All he's got is breakthrough, and there you go. Finally getting that break. Casillas went for the save, but nothing could stop him. With Ronaldo, finds the success, and it's the Marina chance getting that 1-0 lead. And this is where Mumbai City FC, they've got to make those changes. Ashwin is got to think this through. He cannot afford to lose this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And now he's going to be wondering. And now, as I said, now we will definitely see some kind of tactical changes coming from Ashwin now, because he has to force the issue. He has to go out and really chase that victory. And I'm sure maybe we'll see him reverting back to CR7 and Messi and Mbappe, the more familiar players, shall we say. And we'll be hoping that he can give us a little bit more than 90 minutes, a little bit more extra time.
Okay, so right now, with the way things have been going on, it's going to be really interesting. 70 minutes have gone inside this game, and this is exactly the kind of time that Chennaiyin FC had to find to score a goal. But this is where Ashwin is going to be tested to his maximum potential. He's got to manage to find an equalizer somehow. At a certain point, I think this is where you've got to go in for an all-out attack, get that ultra attacking mode on, and give it all. Because at this point, either ways, you either score an equalizer or you lose your individual game, and there's nothing after this. There's so much pressure building up, and Tikka going against Saranch. It's going to be such a tough affair. This is perfectly the fine moment that Ashwin was searching for, but still maintaining that calmness and composure, manages to pass it on towards Pulin, gives it back towards Zidane. A little bit back and forth, trying to trying to make sure that he's got every pieces of that jigsaw right before he goes in with the shot. But this is again, looking at a past version of Ashwin when he was a little bit thoughtful before taking those shots. We did see that we did see that one little phase of Ashwin where he just had the ball, he went for the shot, and everything seemed to have worked out for him. Could work out this time as well with Maradona finds the
Oh yeah.
perfect break, and there you go, gets that equalizer at the 80th minute, and Azim, we still do have a game in hand.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Relying and trusting in his ability there to keep that possession and create the chance. Lovely individual stuff over there. Absolutely did for Maldini over there. You have to say Maldini not having the greatest debut in the eISL finals over here, because absolutely destroyed in 1v1 battles by both teammates. Maybe we might see a switch back to Ruben Diaz or even potentially a Varane at some point. But it is dead level again. Potential for a Terra Virtua super moment of the match right there. A lovely, lovely goal from Ashwin. Had an initial opportunity, but just recycled and held on to the ball. But has he spent a bit too much time celebrating, because he's hopelessly exposed now on the right flank this time? Marquinhos does the job. And Ashwin now, will he show the bravery to go for that goal? I wonder if he'll keep holding on. He would have his attacking tactics set up right now. So it wouldn't surprise me if he just keeps attacking and keeps going for goal, but he has to be wary of that counter-attack, because Naveen is leaving plenty of bodies up the field. You can see those two strikers over there, Eusebio and R9, just waiting to pounce on any scraps that can be fed to them by the midfielders. But Ashwin, at this point, just determined to not lose that ball. He'll wait and wait and wait for that 89th minute mark. But Ashwin there, losing the ball, Naveen nipping in very quickly. And now Naveen has the momentum. Naveen has the opportunity to try and get that winning goal. And I'm sure he'll go for it now. Will there be a run in behind? It's just 1 minute on the clock. This is it. Naveen has the opportunity. He sees the ball through to Mbappe. Big moment this in the match. Potentially winning moment. Ashwin can't get that ball. It will still fall to R9 over here. Naveen past one, past two, but not past three. He wins the corner. Ashwin breathes a sigh of relief, but the final chance yet to come.
Oh yes, and there you go. Casillas making sure that he has it secured, and the full-time whistle blows, ladies and gentlemen. We do have extra time coming out all for you guys. Has become a custom, every opening match of the first fixtures over here in the playoffs ending out in overtime, but this time we have a little bit of a different story, both these players scoring a goal each. So that's something to look forward to, and this is where Naveen could use some Saranch's expertise, right? This is where we would want to see some Saranch's coaching classes, or maybe Saranch might let Naveen just do his thing. He might have given him a few little pointers to just make a few little tweaks here and there, and you're good to go. But wow, I mean, you've got to give it to the composure that has been displayed by Ashwin, right? When he was 1-0 down, that where it was all the world against him, he still managed to find that equalizer. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, with the extra time, the second extra time so far in the eISL. Let's see what outcome comes out of it.
Change there for Naveen. It does look like he's got Cruyff on now to lead that attack instead of Pele. Still surprising. I do think we have CR7 on the left flank for Naveen still. Yes, we do. So potential for him to use that aerial ball in. And now with Cruyff getting the turn away past Marquinhos. Twisting, turning, Zidane not able to win that ball back, and gets that. You can see the recovery pace that he offers you over there. So really, that's the reason why he's been picked by one of these players over here. And just as I praise Zidane, he gives it away. Big moment here for Naveen. If he can capitalize on this, will he go for that chop back shot? No, not yet. Maybe again. No, this time Naveen trying to just build on his own over here, trying to walk through the defense as he's done on a couple of occasions. And now Ashwin looking to play on those fast breaks, on those fast counter attacks. Obviously the run tracked there very well by Naveen. And it's really tight now as we reach 100 minutes on the clock, 5 minutes to go in this half of extra time. And it's a really nervy period. You don't want to be the player who makes that telling mistake, that cheap giveaway in midfield. And Ashwin will just take his time now again, try to see it out and get that last opportunity with Maradona on the ball now. having got that first goal, Ashwin being quite tentative over here and just trying to see it out and get that last chance. But so many times we've seen fixes that players, when they try to do this, they just end up giving that ball away cheaply and getting hit on the counter attack.
Yeah, and I think your words might just turn true. But I really liked that little bit of a spell from Ashwin where he was keeping a lot of possession, trying to get that perfect build up, but nothing much coming out of it. And this the last attack just heads on towards Chennaiyin FC as Naveen would be looking to get a goal over here, but does not happen. Does not happen. And there you have it again. That halftime whistle being blown in the extra time, and it all comes down to the next 15 minutes of the time that we do have. Are we going to see a winner over here? I think everyone's desperate. Just the right opportunity to ask all our viewers out there, who do you think on earth is going to win this matchup? Is it going to be Ashwin or is it going to be Naveen? Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, interesting to see try to figure out what Tikka was mentioning to Ashwin over there, because he mentioned he was holding three fingers up at some point. Maybe telling Ashwin, you know what, just set up one formation as an emergency, three at the back formation to go all out attack. If if you concede a goal and you don't have the opportunity to make that pause, because of course players will run out of pauses as well at this rate with the number of tactical changes that they may potentially have to make. So let's see how they approach this. It is Ashwin's ball, however, and getting forward now with Eusebio. Has a Maradona next to him. And again, yeah, cheaply done over there. I think Naveen reading exactly what Ashwin had in mind over there. And just 10 minutes to go, folks. We could potentially be in for our first penalty shootout of the eISL. And what a great moment that would be, unless Naveen or Ashwin can do something about it. See Vieira getting forward now, Mbappe on that right flank. Potentially there is the possibility that players might even at the late stage bring on, just strong penalty takers off their bench. And we can see over here Naveen with Cruyff getting past one, getting past two, getting past three, but not past the keeper. Casillas with that save again. Ashwin just about surviving here. The momentum all with Naveen. Can he find another opportunity? It falls to R9. Now Hakimi, now CR7 in that box, fired into Cruyff, but Ashwin just about surviving another attack and a very risky back pass. Huge moment, huge mistake, saved off the line by Maldini. Oh my goodness me! Oh my goodness me!
Oh, I almost had a heart attack there, Naveen. Oh, Azim, I mean, I'm kind of losing it. What on earth did we just witness? The goalkeeper getting beaten down. But Maldini, this time it were not his sexy legs, but the body on the line. Everything out here, ladies and gentlemen. It's an all-out war. And Ashwin clearly feeling the nerves, making those little mistakes. And Naveen, oh my goodness, you've got to feel sorry for him. He's doing everything that he potentially could do. But seems like, the gods above, the FIFA gods, have a different story for him. And it is going to be such a shame if it goes down to penalty shootout and Naveen cannot see this through.
You know what? I think Ashwin's going to take a shot here. It's open for him.
No way!
Ashwin wins it in the 121st minute after surviving the most incredible open goal. Oh my goodness me, what a turnaround.
The cojones on Ashwin to make such a bold move. OMG. What a thriller of a match this was. It was splurting emotions all along. Ashwin, he's got those balls of steel. I've got to tell you this. What's the probability? I think he's done this in the past, gone for shots like that with Rudolit, and even Naveen cannot do anything about it. Absolutely gutted, stunned, stupefied with what just happened right now. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. We signed in here for an interesting matchup, but it has gone beyond what we could possibly imagine. Ashwin getting that really amazing, ecstatic win against Naveen. It's 2-1 off for the cards. Oh my my God.
Well, and we're just 1/3 of the way through over here. There's still 2 more games to go. I mean, if Tikka manages to get the win against Saranch, and the odds would be stacked against him doing that against the potentially the best player in the Southeast Asia region over here. So Saranch, the pressure is on. He's a player who has thrived under pressure for many, many years in the Indian FIFA scene. And wow, I cannot wait for us to get going in game 2.
Oh, the Islanders. Oh my God. Just getting that narrow victory. See, but now it's not game over. Right? It's still not game over because we do have Saranch Jain and he is Mr. Reliable, right? He's Mr. Dependable. He's got all that experience it takes. But going up against Tikka, who's one of our favorite finishers in the eISL, we know how strong he gets once he's inside those boxes, inside the box. And I'm pretty sure. I think Saranch Jain would be having a certain gameplay, certain idea of how to deal with Tikka. But it all comes down to this, right? How good is Tikka's defense going to be? Because yesterday, Saranch was on absolute fire. But we're going to talk about that a little bit later because the bubbly assassin who has striked in the last minute is here with us. And let's just head in directly inside the studio. Oh, Ashwin, I mean, you're a player who loves the camera, you loves the attention. Did you do that on purpose?
Not really. It was a very tough game, to be honest. I think it's the most toughest game I've played in the league so far. So, and you know how good Naveen is. So he actually should have scored. My auto defender Maldini somehow saved it, and luckily I would say luckily he got the second goal correctly at the 120th minute.
Yeah. But what happened over there? It looked like you were trying to, I think, maybe find the fullback, but the ball ended up going to the centre back. Is that what happened?
Yeah. If you can see, I pressed it full power. It went back to the CB. I couldn't react. I was blocked. So it was actually for the fullback, so that I can split the play and start building up again.
Talk me through to it. That entire situation that was built up because you almost recovered through a heart attack, right? At that point, we all thought, this game had gone into Chennaiyin FC's favor. But what was going on in your mind when you went with Ruud Gullit for that long finish shot? Tell us about it.
No, it was one of my positives, which I would say, because if you see the goal, Eusebio was through on goal. He was not marking Eusebio also. He was straight running into the box. If I had passed to Eusebio, I could have scored, but I went on with my instinct. That is, I usually take a lot of long shots and I green it also to give it an additional boost and convert it into a goal. Today there was that's the one that was missing. I didn't hit even one long shot the entire game. Luckily got one chance. Tika was also actually telling me you haven't taken Taki is giving you space.
Yeah.
So I just went with my instincts.
Yeah, and the instinct serving you well. 121st minute goal. So that's a first for us in the eISL.
Yeah.
So congrats on the win. Still 2 tough matches to go potentially. So all the best.
Cheers,
Thank you
man.
so much, guys. Have a great day. Cheers.
Oh, such a lovely man. Such a lovely man. Oh, we are so fired up, Azim, for this one, right? Saranch now against Tika. And I think we did have this conversation, right? Because we were looking forward to it. It had to be that decider goal, had to be something out of the world and something out of the box. And Ashwin, I think for a certain point, even he would agree that he was looking a little bit constricted, a little bit, not in his natural element. And Tikka rightfully was, spotting that out. You're getting those areas where you could go for the long shot. And boy, oh boy, what a time to take that gamble and watching it pay off. Because had it not gotten through, it would have been penalty and it could have been anybody's game.
Yeah. I mean, it was such an even match that maybe I think the fairest way to decide it may have been through a penalty shootout, because I don't think either player deserved to lose that game. They were really, really playing to the best of their ability. And Ashwin over there showing that composure. A lot of players would have just said, you know what, I'll just run down the clock. I've had a big heart attack at the other end. I just want to survive and see this out now. And maybe a penalty shootout is the best outcome. But no, he showed that confidence, got that ball in down the sidelines, and then, of course, found Gullit. And yeah, as he correctly said, he had 2 options. could have made the pass, but it eventually took the shot and gave us the drama of a long-range finish shot. But these players have been on a fascinating long journey through the eISL, and one of those guys who unfortunately suffered defeat today is Naveen. And let's find out about his story in the eISL so far.
After the first game, because I was not playing my best in the first game against Hyderabad, so I wanted to make sure I play my best game in the second game, and it was a tough match for us because Bangalore are a really good opponent. So I wanted to play out my best game, and whatever I could, my skills, the pressing, the passing, everything, and the skills I do in the box, so everything came out well in that game.
And this could be lights out, and it is. I think that's good night. I think there's no way back for Varsi over here.
So I was able to easily control the game and get the result as well. It's a very new experience for me because this is the first time I'm coming outside Chennai, and a tournament for such a long period in a bubble is very new for me. But now coming here and getting to know them, everyone is it's a different feeling, right? To meet others and get along. Some people may feel stressed, but I feel like it's good only for me because to me personally, we play cricket and a lot of things in the bubble. We have a small area and a lot of new friends, so I like to spend time with others, so it is a very good feeling for me. The main thing that me and my partner have learned is that we should not play with any pressure or fear, because that is not letting us play our game, the game style we play. We feel the pressure, we can't play the game. You should play without any pressure, play without any fear. So that is basically it. To be honest, before coming, I thought it won't be this competitive actually, because I thought okay, it will be easy, because when I have played a lot of international tournaments like eISL and abroad tournaments, but coming here and it's equally very tough, because each opponent, you can't count any opponent easily. You never know what they come out on the day of the match, so the way they practice is different and the game they play on the match day is very different, so it's a very competitive league. My gameplay is usually a slow build-up. The passing, and if I keep the ball for a long time, the opponent will obviously make a mistake. So I'll count on that mistake when he makes. So that time I'll get forward and break the opponent.
A little element of chaos into their world, and there you go. That's a great goal, and that is trademark Naveen.
Most memorable match might be against Kerala FC, because Saransh has lost the first game, and it's a must-win for me in my second game.
And that could also. Oh, that's brilliant! Oh, that's beautiful! And surely the goal goes near post this time, and just no answer to that. How do you defend that? That is genius from Naveen.
After the second leg, we had to win the 2v2 as well, because 90% won't settle for a draw. We don't want that 1 point, we want the 3 points. So against Kerala, the co-op match, we won 2-1 in the end, so that was a very big win for us.
Chennaiyin decide that they want to have the last attack, or are they going to go for this right now? Oh! And my God! It's in! It's Saransh with that brilliant individual genius over there.
Yes, Saransh is a very good player, and he's got a lot of experience playing tournaments outside, and he has helped me a lot in the game. The way he presses, I got inspired by the way he presses a lot. So that helped me a lot to improve my game as well. The chemistry with Saransh is very well, because we practice in the start, but then most of the times we don't practice, we just go to the match directly. But our communication is strong, and that helps us a lot in defensive, and offensively we know when to make a run, when to pass, so that helps us a lot. a lot of messages come for me in the Insta to Saransh as well. The support they show us is incredible. After the game, we'll go and check the comments. It's like so good to see the fans supporting us. Even after 4 games, we were without a win. Even during that time, they supported us a lot. They were like keep on telling you guys are the best. So that helps us a lot and keep supporting us because I think we are not in our best game yet. And in the next coming games, 7 games are there. We'll be back to our best and we'll get the cup for this one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you've got your popcorns along because this is going to be one hell of a matchup. It is Saransh Jain against Karman Tikka. Chennaiyin FC going up against Mumbai City FC, the second matchup of this fixture. And this is the last individual matchup we have for this evening. And now it against all odds, Saransh Jain has to pull out has to pull out a rabbit of his magic hat or something or the other, has to push this game to a core because Chennai FC, I don't think the fans would also settle with the loss over here.
Yeah, and of course, Tikka will be quite motivated to get the win because he's still in that discussion to get that MVP spot. If he manages to somehow go and absolutely smash Saranj today, could get his tally up to that 50 mark pretty soon. And with Ankit Gupta not showing the best of form, Tikka, you would have to say, still in with a chance of taking that 4 lakh prize and, of course, that personalized NFT from Terra Virtua.
Oh yeah, I think they do all stand. And for now, Saransh Jain, even for his personal accolades, if he can manage to at least get, let's say, 3 or 4 goals in this one, you're gonna be looking at toppling over Ankit Gupta. What we really felt had was a golden chance. But likewise, even in this little video, we had Naveen explaining that he likes to make those slow build-ups. But today, I don't think we could see any huge mistakes from his side. Clearly, just being a little unlucky with all those attempts being made by the players. But for now, let's see what fate has for these two gentlemen in front of our screen. Saransh Jain, proclaimed as the best player of South Asia, has represented the country on various occasions, got laurels as well against a hungry Karman Tikka who's had a roller coaster of a journey in the eISL. And here we go, game on. It's the Machans going up against the Islanders. Let's see who wins this one out.
Yep, it is. I think Saranj will just take it a little easy at the beginning, just get his bearings right, or I don't know if he's going to try to go absolutely for broke because whenever we've seen Tikka from get the first possession, he just immediately takes that fullback and absolutely starts bursting up the pitch, really puts you on the back foot. So Saranj would have been happy to have that first possession and that momentum to himself. Now getting in with Mbappe at the edge of the area. Let's see what he can do. Tikka nipping in there very nicely, winning that ball back. And now, what's he got? Of course, if you are new to the eISL, Tikka, one of the best finishers in the game. Put him in a 1v1 situation with 3v1 sometimes. And he'll just to beat all of them. But this time Saranj trying to get in. Well defended by Tikka, of course, using that team of the year. Joao Cancelo back in there and will look now to start building. Cruyff in from the start along with Zidane. So it does look like it is a 4-2-3-1 formation from Tikka. Potentially a mark of respect to Saranj because 4-2-3-1 genuinely is the formation that you would play when you're looking to be more defensively solid. Those wide players like we see over here with Pele and the Mbappe on that right flank will be helping and tracking back, and we've already seen some moments of that. Pele nipping back in there to rob the ball off the right winger for Saranj. Saranj going with CR7 and that left flank over there, Eusebio over there as well, and of course R9 available to him. So it's going to be a very, very close encounter. The advantage is with Mumbai City FC right now. Ashwin with that last second goal almost to get the win. And now Saranj needs that win for his team to keep Chennaiyin FC still alive here.
One of those signature abilities or tendencies you could say we've seen from Tikka's side is how he loves to get inside the box with just that one player and dribbles past. I think this is one of those things that Saranch acknowledges, and he must be having something or the other at the back of his mind to deal with it, right? But on the contrary, if you talk about Saranch, we did see him making those exceptionally good ball flicks yesterday. Just trying to make that shot fake sometimes and then scoring, just toying with the goalkeeper of the opposition. So that is again something that Tikka has to deal with. I like always. I think Azim, you had clearly said it out. You've got to wait for the perfect opportunity. Do not have you need not have your goalkeeper taking that plunge early on. He's going to try and do that. I think that is something that Tikka would be looking out for right now. But Saran Chen getting in through that right wing with Mbappe is going to search for the right man to pass. Gives it on towards Hullet. And on now with Eusebio. He's trying to get in. Marquinhos coming out with the rescue. Out goes out for a corner.
Yep, as you rightly said, and I think considering the evidence that we've seen with the keepers pulling out so many of these clutch saves in both the matches we've seen so far, it's probably worth letting the keeper just, as that's going to go out for a goal kick, but it's probably worth letting the keeper just make the save, do his thing, and rather than bringing them out, and because that's sort of playing into Saranch's hands if he does get that 1v1 situation. He is just so deadly. He'll use that ball roll, that shot cancel, make the keeper look like an absolute fool. And now Tikka trying to get in behind, being fairly patient, fairly cautious. And we have seen two versions of Tikka in this tournament. Sometimes we've seen that the big game Tikka that we're seeing today, where he's very determined, very solid at the back, not taking too many unnecessary risks, playing it safe. But when he gets that opportunity, when he gets into the box, suddenly starts to come to life and then finds those little areas you can see over there with Cruyff trying to get in between two defenders and take that shot. Didn't work for him that time. Saranch, well aware, using that second man press well to shut down the shooting lane.
Yeah.
And now it's Saranch again. So 31 minutes, games ebbed and flowed quite nicely over here. No great pointers, no great dominator or dominating force at the moment over here. But this time, big opportunity for Saranch. Gets that ball into Mbappe, but Tikka hanging on in there. Sees it out and keeps that scoreline at 0-0.
Yeah, I think at this particular point, Saranch would be a little bit sad about the fact that maybe he had a chance to go for it, past too many, and not really working out the way he wanted to. But again, managed to retain possession. So that's good for starters. With CR7, would want to close in from that left wing, passes it on with Eusebio, with Vieira, with Hullet. Just keeps it away, and these little cheeky miss passes, right, could cost heavy. And this could again be one of those games where we're talking about someone doing something out of the box, out of the ordinary, something that they have not done before. Because now in this particular matchup, we're not seeing players making a lot of errors, right? So both of them know exactly what's going to come their way, but Tikka maybe trying to take that aerial route, but not receiving any success over there.
Yeah, we've seen Saranch trying to get that ball in behind repeatedly. This time it's worked for him, and now this is the situation where Saranch can be so deadly. But Tikka again getting those players back, getting those defenders involved nice and early with the Marseille Roulette with CR7. But again, well defended by Tikka. He's not giving Saranch much opportunity. Again, playing it safe over there, making those right options, and now will look to get in behind, but will just get the throw and potentially that last attack of the first half. Now it comes to Zidane in the middle of the park. We haven't seen much in terms of clear-cut opportunities. I think maybe Saranch could say he's come closest to having a good shot on goal. Tikka had maybe one half chance with Cruyff, but as we were expecting, I think a very, very even, a very, very nervy game. Of course, Tikka cannot afford to play for a draw because then it comes out to the lottery of a penalty shootout. But yeah, it's Saranch. He's the big game player. He's the guy who's been there, done that, seen it all. And if there's anybody equipped to deal with the situation, it is him.
Yeah, and rightfully said, right? Because he's been even in more intense situations than this, and he's managed to pull off a victory. But lately, his entire stint in eISL hasn't really been as glorious as his other tournaments, right? We have seen those little sparks of that ruthless runs sometimes in between, few games where he absolutely goes big, bombarding 6 to 7 goals a game. But now here he's struggling to find an opening against a very formidable Tikka who's been ever determined, ever focused. Now maybe things might change in the second half. Maybe a few fresh legs might be brought up after that 60-minute marker heads out. But no, instead of that, they've instantly opted for a substitution. Messi being brought up for the Marina Machans. We've got to see if they can make anything out of it. Are we looking for that chop back finish shot, Azim?
Well, it looks like it's Hakimi in the box over there. Really not the player that Saranch wanted to see in that moment. He would have loved for it to be CR7 or Messi there. And now Tikka going up the gears, increasing that pace, saw the opportunity to feed that ball in. But of course, Mbappe was offside by the time he could get it to him. And now it is Pele over here with Zidane. Ball in the behind this time. A great ball for Tikka to try and create something. Using those short fakes, those scoop turns to try to create space. Gets the space this time, turns away from one and two, and the roulette and into the top corner. That's what you mean when you say Tikka is the best finisher in this game. 1-0 to Mumbai City FC.
Some Tikka magic was definitely needed over here, and the Islanders exactly finding it through. Look at him go, the Marcelo coming in, just beating the defender out there. Saranch absolutely stunned, and the new Ronaldo card really working out, being the answer, but no time to lament over this goal. He has to strike back. Saranch has to do it against all odds, but Garman Tikka, if he can find one more, then that could potentially be lights out. But Azim, what do you think? What is needed from Saranch at this moment?
Well, Saranch, I'm sure he has another couple of gears that he can go up and try to go searching for that win. It's going to make that more and more difficult for Tikka, who has already set up pretty solidly on his defense. And what you should be setting up is your plans for the Hero ISL semi-final second leg between ATK MB and Hyderabad FC. Hyderabad FC, of course, with a 3-1 lead going into that second leg, but it all could change in the space of 90 minutes for them. But getting in over here was Tikka, but well defended by Saranch, and now he'll be looking to get in behind. Can he play that ball early to Mbappe? Nope, he's already gone offside, and Saranch forced to start building from midfield again. But yeah, these are nervy moments for Saranch, not a situation that he's accustomed to being in this season. Chennaiyin FC always been easily in that top four throughout, and now Saranch with the big opportunity, trying to bait Tikka into making the tackle, but Tikka standing firm. Now the cheap giveaway. This could be the moment that Saranch has been looking for. He started to turn the screw now. But again, Tikka, you can see the number of bodies back there. Now with Mbappe and the scoop turn, and again the defender in the way. And now the counter-attack for Tikka. Make it two potentially if he can play this right.
At this point, I'm going to ask you this. Should Saranch go for those long-range shots? Because, he's been trying to get into the box. He's been trying to make those passes in the final third. But it's clearly not working out. And now, if plan A does not go along well, what's plan B for Saranch?
Well, I think for, shall we say, a lot of the old school players in the scene, like your Saranch, like your Lokmanyos, like even the guys like V Sharma, for instance, or Shubham. These are the guys who, for them, those finesse shots, those long range shots have never really been part of the match. Oh my goodness! Almost another snapshot over there, and again Saranch back against the ropes over here with the corner kick from Tikka. Does he have an ace up his sleeve? He just goes with the short corner over here. Lays it out to Cruyff. Will go back to Pele. I think he was trying to queue up that long-range shot. Will go with Hullet. Chips it in towards Cruyff, who is onside. And it is 2-0. Out of nowhere, another beautiful ball in from Tikka. And how does Saranch come back from here?
No way, no way. This is Tikka magic for you guys out here. And this is what it takes, to score against a juggernaut like Saranch. And you've got to make those right trick moves, those right passes, everything picture perfect. And Tikka making sure when it all matters, he steps up to the occasion. Mumbai City FC fans are going to be so elated watching their star player go all out. But from here onwards, I mean, at this particular point, Azim, had it been a 1-0 lead for MCFC, Chennai FC, I could have still said they're in potential. There's a potential chance that they could make a comeback. But from here onwards, it's looking so flimsy. Maybe a third one could be the final nail in the coffin. And Tikka is looking at exactly trying to do that.
Oh yeah, Tikka, he's in a massive flow right now. Just look at him go, just like absolutely cutting through the defense over there. This time allowing Saranj to get back. He's like, you know what, it's too easy to just hit you on the counter attack. You come back, get your defense set, and then I'll score against all your defenders. That's the kind of mood Tikka is in. Look at him go, deflected wide for a corner. This is the best player in Southeast Asia we're talking about, and he is absolutely backs against the wall, Saranj, right now, and making a few last-ditch changes. He has to go all-out attack. There's no choice.
Oh yeah, there is no choice on earth right now. He's got to go ultra attacking, but he's got to find that one break at least. He's got to find that one goal before he starts thinking of something else. Because anything and everything that he's put on the table hasn't clearly worked out. But for Mumbai City FC, they've got their work cut out. They know all they've got to do is defend at this particular moment. Ensure that they do not concede any goals. That is it. That is going to make sure that they're heading into the upper bracket finals to go up against FC Goa. Well, both these teams decided, they wanted to face off against each other in the grand finals, and here they are facing just a little bit ahead. And I'm really loving how Karman Tikka has been retaining possession, right? His build-ups, everything absolutely perfect, just what you would expect from him.
Yeah, he's really pulled a rabbit out of the hat here today, and again you can see he's got Maradona on and just toying with Saranj's defense. Will he go for a long range shot over here? And decides that no, he's going to do it the hard way. Opens up again with Hullet. He's toying with Saranj. He's like, come on, get the ball off me. It's okay. I'm not scary. I won't bite. And then suddenly, well, I guess he will bite, because he is just absolutely bossing it over here. This guy is in the form of his life. Look at him go. Just not allowing Saranj a touch of the ball at the moment. He's just unplayable in the second half as Tikka, and as I mentioned that he gives the ball away, and now Saranj basically now has two attacks available to him. He has to score from both of them. He might just get one back with Cruyff over here. Just has to take that low percentage shot, and it goes horribly wrong. That's a goal kick, and that surely is lights out for Saranj Jain in this match, and lights out for Chennaiyin FC. And I guess what Mumbai City FC and FC Goa wanted is what they're going to get, a matchup against each other in those upper berth, in that upper berth final.
Oh yeah, and this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. Mumbai City have seemed to have seen this through. Maybe Saranj could be out for a potential surprise, but regardless, I think with 90 minutes already hitting, this match has been finally come to a closure. Maybe with another of Tikka's magic, but it's a-okay. Just heads out for a corner, clearly showing that Tikka's got that last final attack with Maradona just tripling past the defenders, and I'm taking Saranj Jain for a joyride. Welcome to Tikka Train, and wow, what an ecstatic victory for Tikka. A little bit of an apology there, but it's fine. We know the stakes are high, and Mumbai City FC have also successfully secured a top 3 spot. And there you go. These two brothers, the camaraderie that they've built so long, have made sure that they put the Islanders heading into their upper bracket final spot for Chennaiyin FC. Boy, oh boy, I mean, we did not think this through. This is something that the critics never really thought. Both the matches, both the encounters, SC Bengal losing their game, Chennaiyin FC losing their game. One of those potential two teams were let's say we sort of anticipated them to win the entire thing, and the next moment you see they're going to be playing in an elimination matchup all along.
Yeah, I mean, if you had asked me before today who I expected to be in the upper and lower berth finals, I would have given you the exact opposite prediction of what we've ended up with today. It is, of course, Mumbai City FC who will now be facing off against FC Goa for that direct slot straight into the grand finale and of course the guaranteed second place prize, which is a pretty hefty chunk of change. And of course, now I think FC Goa and Mumbai City FC both guaranteed to get that minimum third place prize, so minimum of 5 lakh rupees. So I think they can potentially start looking at pre-ordering their favorite consoles and games and gaming chairs and all that equipment, because they're gonna have a little bit of cash to burn now.
Oh yeah, a lot, I must say. And that, the way things have been going on. I mean, Mumbai City FC and Karmantik, I'm pretty sure everyone watching out there, his family, his friends, they're going to be proud with the kind of laurels he's brought home, right? Beating the mighty Saransh Chen and completely outplaying him. It's not a very close victory by any far margins, right? He was just the better player out there at the pitch, and well deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. Massive entertainment over there from Tikka, giving us some very, very memorable moments. And if you want your own Hero ISL memorable moments, you can, of course, get them in NFT form from Terra Virtua, who is, of course, our digital collectibles partner. So check it all out right now.
All right, just that one last match remains for the evening, which has already been decided. It's all sealed. It's just for formalities for them right now. And Karman Tikka is definitely the man of the hour. So difficult on our side. Who is going to be the hero of this matchup? But regardless, the journey so far, the struggle, everything. Let's take a look at one of those players, the star, the player that is right now the talk of the town, Karman Tikka.
There have been many ups and downs, excluding tournament and including tournament. We were off to a bad start. It was like a pattern for us. 3 wins, 2 losses, 3 wins, 2 losses. Ashwin and I decided we would not handle this now.
Absolute beauty of a goal from Mumbai City FC.
Brilliant stuff from Mumbai City FC. Amazing composure shown there by the Mumbai City FC boys.
Now we've been 5 games undefeated. In the new year, we have not been defeated till now. So I hope this continues now. My teammate Ashwin is like one of the sweetest guy I've ever met in life. Like, he always keeps our team's morale up. We communicate a lot in co-op and we have won most of our co-op games. Our third goal was one of the best goals in the co-op that I have seen in this tournament for now.
8-minute back and MCFC, they've been having a really
This
dominating
should be the
run.
third. It has to be it. It's
there.
absolutely brilliant.
It was a good win for us and we are confident that we can win all our co-op games now. I've made some new friends from all over the country. There are people from the south, north, from everywhere. So like it's different cultures all come together. Every evening we play cricket. So it's like very fun to see all different cultures in one room, hanging out with each other. It's nice. Unfortunately, in the first matchup, we lost a co-op game. We missed so many chances in the first half, then in the second half, we couldn't keep our head and we lost the first matchup against Kerala Blasters.
Oh, and the counter-attacks will get easier for Kerala Blasters FC. That's well recovered and that's beautifully worked. That should be a goal and that is the game, surely.
Second matchup against Kerala Blasters, I decided to go up against Akshat and I conceded 2 goals in 20 minutes, which is not the kind of FIFA I like to play. In the first half itself, I scored 2 more and equalized it in the first half itself 2-2.
That they have the passing game on. The players are also coming in deep. Cruyff passing it on to which Ronaldo is gonna take a shot for sure. As the Islanders have finally equalized.
And we dominated them in our co-op game and we won 5-1 or 5-2 something.
And again, still looking for Eusebio, who is gonna charge in and score one more as they have made it 5-1.
Oh, I'm gonna call it right here. This is the best co-op performance we have seen to date in the eISL.
I enjoyed playing against the most is Duggal. Like, I've known him for since like 3-4 years. We've been very close outside FIFA also. So we were like, we'll play in the tournament also, and with full of banter and all. And then a very stressful tournament. It was a fun game.
Overload on this flank, puts the cross into Ronaldo. CR7 and still it is off both posts.
And I managed to win that game in the late minutes, so it was very fun. And I did few celebrations on him purposely as a banter. Actually, I would like to call this my first competitive tournament. To be honest, like, I've never taken FIFA seriously, always been a casual player, but one of my friends called me up and told me about eISL, and I was like, I'll do something about it. So I played qualifiers and I qualified casually, I don't know how. Then I took FIFA seriously, and now I get to realize my potential. I could be one of the best here. After the new year, it's new us basically. We've never lost a game after the new year, and I hope we keep this up and we reach the finals and we win it for Mumbai City FC.
Well, what an evening it has been for these two boys just below our screens. A little bit summary of for all the new viewers out there. It was a league stage throughout the eISL. 110 matches were played, ladies and gentlemen, out of which we did get our final top 4, and now these are the playoffs happening, the second match of the evening. What is on the stakes? Of course, it's the chance to get into the upper bracket finals, which already Mumbai City FC have secured for themselves, and they will be heading over Goa on the FC Goa on the 19th. But there you go, the cheers coming out, and I think it's party time already. And now the final game of the evening, the co-op game, the game that they have to play for formality. Had Saransh Jain Azim won against Karmantika, things could have been different. The atmosphere would have really been intense. But I'm pretty sure what I'm gonna be guessing is FC Goa did not reveal a lot of their strats. I'm gonna expect Mumbai City FC are not gonna reveal those secret cards that are for hiding for their next encounter.
Yeah, I think they can just take it easy, enjoy themselves, and yeah, we've seen them grow and become a really, really solid co-op unit over the last couple of months, and we did see that in Tika's interview as well. For Saransh and Naveen, it's not over yet. They still have a chance for redemption. They could still come back and win the entire thing. They just have to go out. Then it's going to be a long road back, because then they have to beat first SC's Bengal, then they have to beat whoever loses between FC Goa and Mumbai City FC, and then finally go and play in the grand finale. So they're taking a pretty long detour on the way to that eISL title if they want to do it, doing it the hard way.
Yeah.
And here we go. It is this co-op game with a little bit again of a dead rubber. I was not expecting, honestly, that both finals would be wrapped up in both set two games, but in the first two games. But that's just the form that these guys have been in. And I have to say, from Tikka, what a complete performance that was. I mean, he did not let Saransh into that game. Saransh tried for the entire first half to try and break him down, but defensively Tikka was on top. And then once he started playing with that little bit more freedom, he sensed that little bit of weakness in Saransh's game, and then really went standing into outstanding individual goals from Tikka over there, showing you just why he's that lethal assassin that we've all come to love in the eISL. And now, given the trend, you would expect the Chennaiyin FC to go out and win this one, because there's not on the line for not much on the line for Mumbai City FC. But well, you never know.
Yeah, I think the boys really want to get a victory either ways. They want to keep things clean. And Karmantika has surely done that really well this time. Mumbai City FC pacing in through that right wing with Eusebio would have to find the perfect pass, but Chennaiyin FC being a little bit more stable. But yeah, I completely agree with you saying the fact that they have to go with a little bit of a detour. They still have a chance to win this entire thing, win the eISL, take home those 15 lakh rupees, represent India in the FGS, get that golden ticket hanging over their head, the sword hanging over their heads. But hold on, things could possibly change with Ronaldo Nazario. went for a shot, but well dealt with by the Islanders.
Yeah, dealing with that relatively comfortably. I thought Chennaiyin FC could have been a little bit more intricate with their build-up. I mean, I think the excitement of the day is causing me to forget words. It's been that kind of evening for us, but at potentially as casters is the fact that maybe for the first time we might get to see in the eISL Ankit Gupta playing up against Saranj Jain. It's a fixture we've not had so far, and I think it was one of those absolute blockbuster fixtures that we were looking forward to. Potentially we thought of it as that grand finale, but that's definitely not going to happen because only one of those two teams can potentially make it into that grand final match, and yeah, it's going to be a very, very long way back for both of those teams. If they plenty of time for them to plenty of time for them to detox and recover from it. It's a week for them to practice and really work on their games. Of course, we will be resuming with those upper and lower berth finals, and of course the grand finale over the coming weekend, over the 19th and 20th. And of course, don't forget, on the 21st we also have the two winning team members who have to now backstab each other, and all the secrets that they've been sharing with each other, all their innermost FIFA secrets that they would tell nobody apart from their teammate in this battle of the eISL. Certainly they go up against a player who knows absolutely everything about them.
Oh yes, and that's the golden ticket that I was talking about, the FGS, a chance to represent India at the biggest stage of them all. And yes, like Azim clearly explained for the viewers who are wondering what that is, so whoever wins this whole thing, whoever, let's say Mumbai City wins it, they won't be going up against each other. But lofted shot, but a little bit of a lofted shot, but why? How do you do that? I could literally see his legs over his head.
Oh my goodness, that is a volley and a half. I mean, Johan Cruyff scoring that, but Marco van Basten would be proud of that. Oof, into that top corner, and again that instinctive finishing. That's what it's all about over here. I wouldn't be surprised if it was indeed Tikka who put that finish in. It looked like it was, because even Ashwin was absolutely flabbergasted by it. Now getting in with Maradona, and a bit of a risky back pass, but no harm done. Chennaiyin FC again find themselves trailing this game, and it's going to be a long way back. Of course, you don't want to get whitewashed in this tournament. You can see desperately trying those long range finesse shots. A little bit of a snapshot over there, got the timing quite all wrong, and maybe you just need to look across the bench and take a few tips from Ashwin on how to get that right, because he got it right in the 121st minute of his encounter against Naveen, and you can just see the confidence flowing through Mumbai City FC right now. And similarly, you can see the lack of confidence in Chennaiyin FC, because they're just stunned. I don't think they were expecting this at all.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, because Chennaiyin FC, I think this evening, when we were talking about clear favourites, has not clearly been, anyone's there. Chennaiyin FC and both SCs Bengal being a little bit unlucky, but what on earth was that? How?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Roberto Carlos experience. Nobody in their wildest dreams would think about taking that, but that is Roberto Carlos. Goodness me, into the top corner. This is exhibition stuff from Mumbai City FC. What an absolute screamer.
Oh God. I mean, this is absolute bullying, right? At this particular moment, what can Chennaiyin FC do over here to block a shot like that? Getting Roberto Carlos, we haven't really seen a lot out of him, but these new cards really coming in handy. And this is FIFA 22 we're talking about. We have never seen a shot like that being taken from that range and working things out. Chennaiyin FC looking for some sort of redemption, dribbling past everybody over there, but Mumbai City FC still very stable, rock solid on their defense, and back to their offense.
Yeah, and we'll be looking to play that back to Cruyff now. And if things don't change for Chennaiyin FC, I mean, this could get out of hand and be an absolute thrashing over here. Not something that would be good for their confidence at all, which will already be fragile after those individual results. And again, you can just see that they are absolutely on top of it. Oh my goodness me, look at the audacity over there to try those moves inside the box in a semi-final of the eISL. These guys are on a different planet right now, and I'm wondering now whether FC Goa made the wrong choice in saying that they preferred to play against Mumbai City.
Oh yeah. I will completely agree with you. Yeah, because at this point, Mumbai City FC are the last teams that you would want to go up against with, and even Saranch, as much as an immortal he is, this time he has been fragile, completely red, and look at their faces at this point. Nothing nothing that they can do about it. I mean, what do you do if someone scores from that range? Azim? Is there anything Chennai FC could have done to stop that sort of a goal going in?
I mean, sometimes you just got to sit back and admire it. I think
Yeah.
for Chennai FC, their day was done with the first two matches, and now I think you just have to call it a day and say, you know what, it's not our day today. We couldn't do too much about this, and again, you can see Mumbai City FC trying to get forward. But Chennai FC also, I mean, it's a difficult decision. Do they try to go attacking and try to salvage something from this game, try to salvage some pride? Because of course that means that Mumbai City FC can then keep counter-attacking them. And I mean, the way that they're going, they'll probably have Van der Sar scoring a goal in a little while as well. But now Chennai FC getting in with CR7, but again the timing on the shot all off. Still a second bite of the cherry now with Pele. Wonder if we'll see a finesse shot attempted. Lovely individual skill over there, but nope. The doors shut firmly in the face of Chennai FC. And now, as I said, those counter-attacks are going to be so vulnerable to them. Maradona getting in. I'm sure he'll try to go for a cross in over here. Did attempt that, but Chennai FC now. It's a very end-to-end, very exhibition feel to the game now. And I would expect more goals and the more likely scorers being Mumbai City FC.
Yeah, I mean, this is it, right? You just get that one chance in them, and Chennai FC looking for a little bit of some sort of an opening, anything at all. They're going to take it. But Mumbai City FC completely denying them that. And, there's no second leg over here, right? This is it. You either win this game or you're battling it out in that elimination matchup against whosoever team has lost. So that has been pretty much sealed. And finally get some respite, finally get some success. Chennai FC managing to score one scrappy goal. And there you go, the Sue celebration coming out of Cristiano Ronaldo. And seems like it's a new card, is it?
Yeah, I think that is the 94 rated card for CR7. Well, it looks like they're going, oh my goodness, they've got a penalty. Not the penalties that Chennai FC were hoping to be involved in. They would have loved for it to be a shootout with something on the line. We still might get a shootout if this ends level. And now we see Maradona. I wonder what it's going to be. Is it going to be a little bit of a gag, a panenka, a chipped shot? Looks like it's a panenka coming, and oh no, it's just straight down the middle. And I think the Chennai FC player is reading it. Usually, when the player makes such a fuss about taking so long to aim, 9 out of 10 times that ball ends up going straight down the middle. And that's exactly what the case was there.
Oh yeah, and at this point, Chennai FC completely read it, right? They knew that they were going to try and do something, out of the box, and what better way to hit it directly at the center. But right now, Chennai FC, this could be a really good pass with Mbappe, goes in for that header, but Casillas making sure he gets his hand onto it, and all it goes out for is a corner.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if they've added some new goalkeeper animations in here, but hang on, it's a shot, and I think that's deflected for another corner. Yes, it is. But we've seen a few more different save animations today than we're used to seeing. Now with KDB on the ball, come Chennai FC. What can they do? Nothing is the answer, as Marquinhos now comes out. Surely they're not going to try to score with the centre half, but no, he's actually sending Marquinhos up at the moment and thinks better of it. Now, with Eusebio sprinting down that flank, easy cross in over here, and that should be, well, could have been 3-1, but a little bit of mercy being shown over there by Mumbai City FC. And now Chennai will look to get in a beautiful ball in behind. This is that Saranch on it. Oh, lovely bit of work over there, sitting that keeper down with the ball roll and the change of direction. Two players on the line. We could do nothing about that. And after being 2 goals down, pegged back to 2-2, and potentially extra time and penalties.
I think a little bit of lost focus over there, right? That's what we can conclude from Mumbai City FC being a little fickle on the defense. But this is something that they can afford, right? They've either ways secured their place in the upper bracket finals. The outcome of this particular matchup is not gonna matter to them. They will be facing FC Goa in the upper bracket finals, but for Chennaiyin FC, they still have that one last chance inside the eISL where will be going up against formidable SC Bengal, who have completely been looking lackluster tonight. Surely Shantan did whatever he could do, but the man that they need the most, Ankit Gupta, has definitely got to rise from the ashes. But for now, again, Mumbai City FC trying to showcase some of that Tikka magic, but wasn't really successful this time though. But whatever the outcome over here is not going to worry them a lot. But we never really came into this evening thinking, such would be the outcome. Mumbai City FC winning their games, SC Bengal losing it. Same goes for Chennai FC. The two clear favourites to potentially win the ISL. They're now battling for survival, Azim. And now when FC Goa, a lot of people were raising those eyebrows, right? This is one of the teams that maybe they've lost out their form, lost out their touch. They're not going to see it through. They managed to defeat the best team in the ISL, who had been dominating in the league stages. Chennai FC, one of those teams where we do have players like Saransh and Naveen, both in contention for the top scorers. And today, Mumbai City FC absolutely made them look like dummies.
Yeah, and both Saransh and Ankit, of course, importantly, not adding to their goal tally for that MVP prize, and it does look like we might see a third goal over here. Good individual skill to get away from the defenders and a pass, and I think one pass too many over there. And the ball does come out to R9. Roberto Carlos bullying his former teammate off the ball over there, and will be a corner though. So Chennai FC can keep the pressure up. 5 minutes to go. Is this going to go? Keepers come way out. I wouldn't be surprised if we went for a direct kick. No, not going for that. That's only an Imad special, shall we say? No, not everybody is going to be brave enough or even skilled enough at times to pull that off, because that what we saw yesterday was truly something special from the Northeast United FC player in his last game, which was incidentally up against Chennaiyin FC as well. So now with Maradona coming in, Cruyff, will he do the turn? And trying. Oh, that's brilliantly worked. Still going past one defender, past two, past three. Shot queued up for R9. They're toying with them and completely wide. Gets the timing all wrong over there. Well, Ashwin will be happy that this was the timed finish that went wrong, and not the one in that first matchup against Naveen. And there we go. 90 minutes played. We will go to extra time after this, I do believe. And it's going to be another 30 minutes. Ashwin could have, had an early night out, had managed to get out partying at 10:30. But it does look like he's going to have to play 30 more minutes because he fluffed that finish completely.
I mean, they don't mind, right? They could play FIFA all night long, especially if they keep on playing like how they played in their individual games. But we finally could see some of that Saransh and Naveen magic, right? Towards the second half, where we did see them recover and score those goals. I'm pretty sure it was Saransh doing the magic over there. Typical Saransh, getting that ball flick out there at the right moment, just beating the keeper pass. And that was something that he was relentlessly trying even in his individual game. And Tikka was so well prepared for that. He made sure did not give Saransh those openings. Still, puts me to wondering, why did Saransh not take those chances? Someday I would get to maybe have a conversation with him after this game and ask about him. Or maybe not today, because I'm pretty sure the boys are not going to be happy with how they perform. But they still have a chance. They've got to prepare for that big game against SC Bengal. Something that we all thought, those who have been following eISL religiously, could have been the finals, the grand finals, SC Bengal and Chennaiyin FC. Now they're going to be going up against each other in a match for survival. But here we have the extra time beginning, and very interesting spot for a free kick.
Yeah, right outside the area, and of course it has to be Roberto Carlos. Who else would be taking the free kick in this match? And going for that corner, will we see that knuckleball or the side spin? Oh, pulled out of the top corner. I thought he might have gone for that iconic Roberto Carlos outside of the foot shot, but it falls now to Maldini. Eusebio with the roulette in the box
Oh,
and a pass to nobody in particular. So maybe the concentration just a little bit low. Of course, no major stakes, so we're going into extra time into a game that is largely inconsequential, but potentially we might get to see finally a penalty shootout today. Let's see how it goes. Just a little bit of fun for everybody who's enjoying themselves in the chat and watching these streams. Wherever you are or whichever channel you're on, you should of course hit a like on those streams, subscribe to the channel. There is plenty more eISL action coming over the next week, and look at that outstanding stuff over there. Using Johan Cruyff could be a hot favorite, this card over here. Look at that little ball roll and banged into that top corner. That looked like an Ashwin special to me.
oh yeah. I mean, you've got to say it, right? This is exactly how they've been playing, and this gives all the players, time to ponder over what could be their set strategies, the right cards to pick up. And Johan Cruyff, we've seen him, come after a long time. Initially, when the ISL began 4 months ago, right? It's been one of the longest tournaments that I have personally casted, and it's been such a delight, seeing Cruyff back again. And with that new card, he's been looking so much lethal. So that is something now players would be trying different combinations, different set tactics. They've seen what they have to offer. They know what they can do to counter. But if Tikka and Ashwin pull off masterclasses as such, then even against FC Goa, they're not going to have any trouble. And look at the disdained faces over here. And Naveen is like, "Bhai, main kya karu?" Like, I did everything that we could do. And especially Naveen, yeah, right? You've got to feel bad for him in his individual matchup. He was the one who was creating those chances, and that little sucker punch towards the end could have gone either ways, but it was, of course, the bubbly assassin Ashwin who did see it through.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it could all have been so different if he had managed to put that ball away with that mistake from Ashwin, that open goal chance where the defender cleared the ball off the line. Maybe a little short fake, ball roll, something could have just created that additional room for him, but it did not work out, of course. I mean, this game would have taken on an entirely different complexion if Naveen had managed to get that win and score that goal against Ashwin. I mean, this could potentially be everything on the line match for Mumbai City FC and Chennaiyin. But as it stands, of course, Mumbai City FC looking to close it out, getting Maradona in there. Will we see a chop back finish? No, I think it's you said you're offside there.
Oh yeah, and where we're really heading at this particular moment, of course. Chennaiyin FC. Honestly speaking, I would want to see an equalizer over here. I want to see one penalty shootout at least. A match where just for the heck of it, maybe. But for now, maybe Mumbai City FC looking forward to their fourth goal. But Maldini does not really let that happen. Maldini being another one of those cards that we initially saw a lot of. And then we did have all the team of the player cards coming in, and he was sort of not used anymore. But lately, making his comeback, a lot of cards, and now this could have been a good chance, but a little too ahead, out for an offside.
Yep, plenty of time now for Mumbai City FC to just see this game out. I mean, they can do whatever they please at this moment, and what they please is to try and get in with R9, turning away from Maldini over there, but turning back into Marquinhos, and winning that ball high up the pitch. This could be lights out. It's not going to be. Chennaiyin FC might still go up and score a goal at the other end and give us that penalty shootout that we've been waiting for, but does not look like that's going to be the case. Now with Cruyff getting on, I think maybe the last attack will now fall to Chennaiyin FC. So if there is that 1 minute of stoppage time which we expect, and there is, the last attack will fall to Chennaiyin FC. The ball played through to R9, still with Chennaiyin FC over here. R9 to CR7, ball roll and Marseille roulette, but the shot cannot get away, and that, I am afraid, will be that, or will it? Ball still with Chennaiyin FC. Referee in no mood. Even the referee is enjoying the entertainment over here clearly, and Hullet in, but this time it's out. And there we have it. A whitewash. Who would have seen that coming? Mumbai City FC. 3 out of 3 for them. Gave us some good entertainment in the co-op as well. And they are through.
Look
to
at the
face
camera.
FC Goa. Look into the camera, Ashwin. Come on, where's the little celebration that we're used to seeing? And there we go. He's very pleased about that. And maybe somebody off camera is telling him to look into the camera now. Who knows? But still something to complain about for Ashwin. Not happy with just winning 3-2. He needs the environment to be perfect around him as well.
A little bit of some discussions heading out. I mean, I'm pretty sure both these players are just curious as to how on earth did they hit that shot with Roberto Carlos over there. I mean, like Swaraj is like, bro, you need to teach me this. And I likewise, Chennaiyin FC clearly not happy with the outcome, and understandably why, right? It's been 4 months that these players have been living under the bubble, staying under the same hotel, grinding it out, all for this moment. And losing out, it's not losing the game. It's not going to be a happy feeling, but a happy moment for the boys from Mumbai City FC, who have absolutely won everybody's hearts, both these players. And let's now officially confirm it. Let's take a look at the scorecard and find out how this entire fixture really panned out. As you can see, there you go, a whitewash is what Azim calls this match to be, and there you get it, right? Mumbai City FC securing the 3rd spot at the very least for themselves over here in the eISL, would be heading on to play against FC Goa in the upper bracket finals. Now, what remains for Chennaiyin FC? That's what you're going to be wondering. Now, they're going to be heading off, playing up against SC East Bengal in a battle for survival. And, Azim, at this point, I'm really, really confused. Who on earth is going to be the hero of the match?
Well, I think you'll probably have to give it to Tikka for, just the fact that we have not seen Saranj dominated in that fashion. And you can see, he scored all the goals. He got 2 goals for Mumbai City FC in his individual match, scored all three of them in the co-op as well. So richly deserved. Unfortunately for him, only 2 of those goals count for his MVP tally, but he's up to 44, and the form that he's in, you wouldn't put it past him to breach that 50 barrier, and with Ankit Gupta potentially to get knocked out next week if things don't go his way. He could be one of those surprise packages to enter the end.
This is it, right? When we're heading into this matchup between SC East Bengal and Chennaiyin FC. Now, this is all about that 4 lakh up MVP, right? Whoever wins that entire matchup is going to be the one receiving it, right? Likewise, because the other one just gets eliminated from the entire tournament. Now, we have seen some really baffling goals. We have seen some goals that have really asked us to question our very existence, but only one goal could be called out as the Terra Virtua super moment of the day. And which shall it be? All right, the goal that mattered the most had to be Ashwin's winner.
Yeah, and over there, it just sat up beautifully for him. You could see that Naveen was just worried. He was caught in 2 minds. Do I close down the shot? If he closed down the shot, he would have to play that ball to Eusebio, and it would potentially be a goal-scoring opportunity over there. So Ashwin worked that perfectly, rode his luck, and I think the Roberto Carlos goal and that Cruyff volley would come in as a close second and third for those Terra Virtua super moments of the game over there. But now let's see what impact this has on the bracket table, because we do know who's going to be playing who in our next set of matches. FC Goa and Mumbai City FC, of course, battling it out. The winner of that goes directly into the grand finals, and the loser will play the winner of that lower bracket final, which will be one of SC East Bengal and Chennaiyin FC. So potential for us to see a rematch of one of the games that we've seen today, depending on how results go.
Yeah, maybe in the low bracket finales where we're gonna see these, all these amazing players battle it out. But talking about amazing players, the man of the evening, the star, the Tikka magic that he's shown us. Let's just directly head inside the studio as we go face to face with Carmen Tikka. And there you have it, what an amazing evening has it been for you, Tikka. A lot of people thought that it would be Chennaiyin FC seeing this through, but you really took Saranj for a ride. Tell us something about it.
No, like Saranj played really well in the first half. I was not able to get inside his half only. His press was insane. But like I tried to figure out my tactics in the second half, and do. What could I do the best? So I just went with my instincts. What I could do, it happened for me. So I'm very happy today. Like
Yeah. Yeah, no, and rightfully you should be happy. I think you did defensively very well against Saranch in that first half, and then you brought out all the party tricks in the second half. And I have to ask you about that Roberto Carlos goal. What were you thinking? Was it just like it's Roberto Carlos, it's left foot, let's see what happens?
no, like before the game, Ashwin told let's change our left back to Roberto Carlos, and we were talking in a fun way. And I told Ashwin that I'll run down the line and I'll shoot an across shot from Roberto Carlos. In a fun way, I said that. So I got the opportunity in the match. I tried and it went in somehow.
But
so I like jinxed it for myself.
still worked out for you, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, now you've got FC Goa up against next, who really did pull out their hearts tonight and did manage to beat SC East Bengal. So, you of course, both of you guys wanted to face off against each other in the finals. But now that you're meeting in the upper bracket finals, what are the things going on through your mind?
Like obviously FC Goa played really well today, beating East Bengal, the table toppers, is not an easy thing. You have to give credits. They like we Ashwin just said like we wanted Goa and they also wanted Mumbai, so like it's on now. We are in the semis. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's going to be a great grudge match, but what a performance from you, Tikka, today. One of the best individual performances we've seen in the eISL, and you've saved it right for the playoffs and the finals. So congrats on being the hero of the match as well, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so
next
much.
week.
See you soon,
Cheers.
guys. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Good night. All right, there you go. He's got a party up ahead after this, right? Considering how he's played tonight was so phenomenal, and everybody in the FIFA community would be watching this. You know, all the big guns. I'm pretty sure Charan Jot, you've got Crusher, Genesid, everyone, Saksham. They're gonna be happy about how Tikka has played against. Saranch, and beating him was not any easy feat for all the viewers out there. Saranch is one of the best players that South Asia has got to offer, not just India, right? So, yeah, Tikka making his foot over there, making himself well established. I'm pretty sure we're gonna, see more of him in the future and more of that Tikka magic.
Yeah, absolutely. And creating a lot of magical moments over there. I'm quite sure Terra Virtual will be looking to take that Roberto Carlos goal and make an NFT out of that as well. But you can, of course, head over and check out their existing Hero ISL collection of moments, mascots, all that fun stuff, trading cards. So check it out right now.
Well, folks, what an amazing evening has it been, right? Such an amazing day for FIFA. And even in the Real Hero ISL world, we do have some interesting matches also coming up your way. But yes, that is all we have for today. But before we head out, of course, a huge shout out to all our sponsors, as the eISL is powered by Coca-Cola. Our esports partners, Nordwind Gaming, our associate sponsor, Hero, our platform partners, PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners, Terra Virtua, for making this happen. And after this, we're of course going to be taking a little bit of a longer break. We're going to see you directly on the 19th, where we're going to have not just one, not just two, but 3 matches being played. So do not forget to hit that like button. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, because it's so many interesting matches coming out your way. 78 lakh rupees, the highest ever prize pool in the realms of FIFA in India, is on the line, and everyone's just battling it out. But for now, it is all we had for the night. We wish you a happy good night.